This lesson is going to be on subtracting expressions. Before we get into a problem of subtracting expressions, we're going to do an addition problem just to see the difference between addition and subtracting when adding and subtracting expressions. First, we have to get rid of the parentheses. In front of this first parentheses, there's no number to be distributed, so I'm just going to bring it down. So I have 0.95x minus 0.04. In front of this other parentheses, we have this plus sign. There's always an imaginary 1 when we have just the plus sign there. So I can distribute the positive 1. So positive 1 times 0.99x is 0.99x. Positive 1 times negative 13 is a negative 0.13. Now I combine my like terms, 0.95x and a positive 0.99x. Same sign, so I'm going to add them. And when I add them, I have 1.94x. Then I have a negative 0.04 and a negative 0.13. Those combine to give me a negative 0.17. So this would be my simplified expression. Here we have a subtraction problem because we have our minus in between them. It's the same expressions, but we're subtracting them. First, in front of this parentheses, there's nothing for me to distribute. So I'm just going to bring down the 0.95x minus 0.04. Now instead of there being a positive 1 that I'm distributing, there's a negative 1 that I'm going to distribute. Negative 1 times 0.99x is negative 0.99x. Negative 1 times a negative 0.13 is a positive 0.13. Notice how when I was subtracting it, it changed the sign of both terms in my second expression. Now I'm still going to combine my like terms, 0.95x, but now it's a negative 0.99x. So 0.95 minus 0.99 is negative 0.04x. And then we have a negative 0.4 and a positive 0.13. When I combine those numbers, I'm left with a positive 0.09. So this would be my simplified expression when subtracting these two expressions. Subtract 17 plus 4.5m plus 8k from 7.5m minus 9 plus 4k. When we're subtracting one expression from the other expression, that second expression has to come first because that's what I'm subtracting from. 7.5m minus 9 plus 4k minus 17 plus 4.5m plus 8k. And I put both of my expressions in parentheses, so when I distribute my negative, I know I'm changing the sign of every term in the expression. There's nothing in front of my first parentheses to worry about, so I'm just going to bring it down. 7.5m minus 9 plus 4k. Here I have a negative sign, so it's like a negative 1 that I'm going to distribute to every term inside the parentheses. Negative 1 times 17, negative 17. Negative 1 times a positive 4.5m is a negative 4.5m. And negative 1 times a net positive 8k is a negative 8k. Now I can combine my terms, like terms. 7.5m and a negative 4.5m is 3m. Negative 9 and negative 17 is a negative 26. Positive 4k and a negative 8k is negative 4k. When you have multiple terms with variables, you want to write them in alphabetical order. So my answer would be negative 4k plus 3m minus 26. That would be my final simplified expression. And the last one, simplify this expression. We have another subtraction problem. In front of the first parentheses, there's nothing for me to worry about or to be distributed. So I can just bring down the 21x. Now, instead of distributing a -1, I'm distributing this -3. So -3 times a -16 is a positive 48. -3 times a positive 7x is a negative 21x. Combine my like terms, 21x minus 21x is 0, so I don't have to write it, so I just left with 48 as my final simplified expression.